Guys, it's Lost in Plot, and we are digging into the HBO Max miniseries DMZ, at least the pilot episode.
That's right. DMZ is an adaptation of a DC Comics property that's been released out on HBO Max. I think it was supposed to be a full season, and then they cut it back down to kind of a 4-episode miniseries.
Don't you need more comic books in your life? You're goddamn right you do. Well, we've got it for you.
So I try to remember when this one came out. DMZ, the comic book was released back around 2000, maybe a little bit later than that. I could have my years totally wrong. It was written by this guy who used to work for Rockstar Games and was a part of the Grand Theft Auto series, and then he broke off to write this graphic novel. But all that shit doesn't matter because they've thrown it out the window the first second they got to jam it through the woke template.
Oh, no.
That's right.
They gave us some woke flavor. So tell me, what is the DMZ about? What's the premise of this story?
So the premise of this story is that there is a civil war going on in the United States. And it's a little bit weird because the civil war is set up between the U.S., Manhattan, and like New Jersey.
Three sides?
Yeah, it's like bizarre. Well, Manhattan is the demilitarized zone, which is basically
no man's
it's up for grabs. Yeah. Up for grabs. Whoever can. It's all just run by a bunch of gangs and warlords.
What are we fighting over? If it's a civil war,
I don't know.
That's a problem.
That's a big problem because there was so much. This pilot basically does everything wrong.
Dick.
I'm not overstating it. It does almost everything wrong. The only thing which they might do a decent job of is set design and lighting. Everything else they get wrong, and this sucks. It is very, very poorly written. The story is just not there on the page, but I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself.
Yeah, who are we following? Who's our protagonist?
We're following Rosario Dawson, who plays a nurse, and she's trying to escape from one side at the beginning of the episode. It's not very clear, and she loses her son. Her son gets stuck in the demilitarized zone while she escapes. So she's been spending the rest of her life trying to get back into the DMZ to find where her son is.
All right, so that's our protagonist, and we have a setting of warring factions between New Jersey and New York.
In Manhattan. The demilitarized zone is in Manhattan.
And we don't know what they're fighting over.
That's right. They don't tell us in the episode.
Okay, so why should we care?
I don't know, because I didn't care.
Uh-oh.
I wanted this episode to end as quickly as possible. I kept looking at the clock. I kept pausing it to see how many minutes I had left. It was one of those. And I sacrificed to make it all the way through. But my God, it was awful. It was so bad. The writing here is god-awful. They do a terrible job of building empathy for their characters, of introducing their characters, or as you pointed out, telling us what the hell is going on in this stupid story. I couldn't even tell you. So they introduce some other characters. It's rife with cliches. It's not very interesting. It's directed by Ava DuVernay. She comes in and does a poor job of directing because this thing is paced horribly. Horribly. These scenes go for too long. It is boring. It is dull. The action is not there. You're making every mistake that you can make, especially with a pilot that's supposed to be introducing your world. And it's probably why it went from a full season order down to maybe just a 4-episode miniseries.
Ooh,
and guess
bad.
what? That's not coming back anymore after that because there is nothing here. Now, the original graphic novel was about a photojournalist, a guy named Matty, probably a white man. I haven't read the graphic novel, but I think that's what it was. So you can't have a white man protagonist. You got to get the white out. And that's what they do here by giving it to Rosario Dawson. So it's gender swap too. She's a nurse looking for her son, going into the DMZ. Everything else has changed. If there's any fans of the original property, you're probably going to be massively disappointed by this. If you're completely new to it, like I was, you'll also be massively disappointed by this. So nobody's happy.
Well, God damn it, HBO. Shame on you. What do you bankroll this shit for? Now, you said woke flavor. Tell me, where does the woke flavor come in?
Well, the whole DMZ just seems like a giant...
And by woke flavor, we mean progressive themes.
Well, the theme is all about toxic masculinity and how that can be passed down generation to generation.
Men just cause war.
And it's infected Rosario Dawson's son. Like he lost his mother, so then he's turned into like the baddest killer in the DMZ who just goes out and he hunts people and he works for some crime lord. Yeah. So they swapped out all the characters. It's probably unrecognizable from the property, and it's written just so terribly. I can't tell you much more than that.
So score it. What is it out of 10? Is it dead? Is it alive?
Oh, it is certainly dead. It is dead at a 2 out of 10. Is the DMZ, just the first pilot episode, because I'm not coming back for the other 3. I can guarantee you that.
You know, we haven't had a 2 in a while.
It has been a while, but I went out and I found one. Here we
Big
go.
pile of shit, guys. If you've seen this, please leave your comments down below. Tell us if we got it wrong or if you agree.
Avoid it.
Like and subscribe. Check us out on Twitter, guys. We'll see you all in the next one.